Alrighty, guys, Madman Mondello coming at you live. Well, actually, pre-recorded live from the Garden Hill Garage here in beautiful Alabama. Now, a lot of you people on Facebook, I made a post where I was like, I wanted to build like a media center, but also I wanted to include emulation and gaming and stuff like that. All right, but I wanted something simple. Okay, now, as far as emulation and gaming, yeah, you can do it on this thing, no problem. All right, but however, though, you know, I'm gonna tell you, TV. Okay, there's so many different streaming applications, so many different streaming machines. You got Fire TV, you got your Fire Stick, you got this, you got that, you got the other thing. It's all crazy. All right. Well, this thing here is something that I have now. I don't know about all you guys, but I kind of get sick of multiple remotes. Okay, you get like 30 of them. It's ridiculous. Okay, and it gets to a point where it's like, oh my god. Well, I got the Roku, then I got the Android TV, then I got this because I can't load Kodi on the Roku. I can't do this. I can't do that. So on and so forth. I wanted to keep it all in one simple package, and it sounds easy. It's not. Okay, it's a freaking nightmare. All right. However, though, okay, what I did was I went ahead. All right, and I'm quite sure that there's quite a few people that have some rancid computers laying around that aren't doing anything, that are older generation or whatever. Like this one. This one is a Zotac Z box. Okay, it's a little nano, 330 Ci, whatever it is, but it's 4K capable. All right, has direct port out and all that kind of good stuff, and it's an X86 package. Okay, and it's got Intel HD graphics and all that kind of good crap, and it's a decent little machine. Now, I bought this back in like 2019 or 2018, somewhere around there. And and it sat for a while, and then I decided, I was like, I need to do something with this thing. And I was thinking about emulation and also an amplifier with the subwoofer and all that, but I wanted to get the core of it done. And so far, it's come out pretty good. And I made a post about this on Facebook a while ago. And well, I decided I was gonna do this. So in between Xboxes that I do and all this stuff, if if you've known me for a long time, I've always been big on streaming with Kodi and also with Myth TV and your Silicon Dust tuners and all that crap. Well, I got to a point, like I said, I want one remote for a TV. I don't want to go crazy, and I want something that's going to work right and correct with it. So what I did was we got this thing here. Now remember, this is an X86. Okay. Now it can run Linux. It can run Windows. Okay. But running Android. Now Android, as you know, is a great operating system. It's everywhere. Okay, it's on our phones. It's on smart TVs. It's all over the damn place. Okay, and it's got really good apps with it. Especially with the Google Apps package and all that stuff. And I decided I was going to go ahead and check out the Android project and Android X86. So I did. All right. Now, of course, that led me to a complete insane thing where it's like, oh my god, you gotta have the right G apps installed. You gotta install TWRP, all of, and it was like, oh my god, just to watch TV. And then I found one operating system. It worked okay, but wouldn't run Kodi. And I'm like going like, well, what the hell good is this? Okay, available in the Google Play Store. You go to start it up, no, won't let you. And I'm like going like, what the, you know? So finally, I found a package, and what I did was I put together some stuff on it, and adjusted some boot configurations and everything, and I got it to work. And this is Android TV, except kind of like my version of Android TV, but it's pretty much self-explanatory. Okay, so if you have one of these ranted computers laying around, you can do this too. All right, but I just wanted to show you guys, what I was working on because, on Facebook, like I said, people were wondering. They messaged me saying, "Hey, Tim, whatever happened to that emulation box that you're going to build and everything?" And I was like, going like, in between projects, and then also besides that, also, working with something like this was was it was a learning experience. Let me tell you, you know, it isn't like the old days anymore. Wide vine, what the freak? Wide vine? Like going like, wow. Okay, so anyway, I got it all working. All right, now this is like I said, it's a Nano Zotac box. Okay, no big deal. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. It's got a 120 gig SSD drive in it. All right, and like I said, I wanted one remote, one, not fucking 30, one. All right, and this is available on Amazon. It's an inset, and it's got the little little remote receiver and all that kind of good stuff, the little infrared and everything, and it works pretty darn good. Okay, so without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click this over to the capture card. Okay, and we're going to check this out and see how good this thing actually is. All right, so anyway, here we go. We're going to go ahead. I'm clicking over to the capture card right now. I'm going to turn this on. Okay, and now hopefully within the same amount of luck, the capture card will work. Oh, yes, it did. Okay, as you can see, Zotac Z box. Okay, it's booting up. Everything's cool. All right, and it found, so on, and we got Grubby Grub in there. Go ahead and boot it because, UEFI, Unified, nah, that doesn't work on this. And you have to format this a special way in order to make it work. Partitions, yes. Oh my God, that was another thing. As you can see, got Google. Now, what this is basically, it's tvOS, but it's on an X86 computer and running. All right, now it's booting up right now. And hopefully everything will turn out all right. Yep, there we go. Okay, you see, and there we are. Now, what this is, it's Android TV, but it's on a PC. Okay, and it's my version. All right, it's something that you can try and piece it together, and you got to piece it together correctly in order for it to work right. Otherwise, oh my God, it turns into a mess. But let's go ahead and let's check this out. Okay, now as you can see, we're running Android 9 on this thing. Okay, so we got settings. Okay, you got your shutdown, your network, internet, apps, device preferences, remotes, and yes, it does Bluetooth too, and all that kind of good stuff. So you could hook up Bluetooth to this thing. You can remotely control it with your phone if you want to. Okay, just by using a unified remote. But anyway, as you can see, that's your settings right there. Okay, I'm gonna bring this back here. Now we got apps. Okay, we have live channels. Now, if you have, okay, see, I have Spectrum. Okay, and Spectrum, of course, digital cable TV. Well, this little puppy right here where it says live channels, this thing works really good. And, I didn't need the Discovery Go app or anything like, oh my God, please. That app makes me crazy, okay? It makes me crazy on Roku. It makes me crazy. Makes me crazy on this stuff. However, though, I didn't need it on this thing, which was really cool. Now, mind you, we have Kodi here, okay? And getting that to work on this thing was a nightmare, okay? Because if the GAPS application isn't right, the zip, and you don't have it right to the right operating system, it won't open. It won't work. It breaks. Okay, so that was just another nightmare in itself. Okay, and then you got your travel channel, your Lifetime, history, so on. Obviously, AMC, A&E. These are all subscribed channels that I have. On my cable TV, Spotify. And then of course it's got Google Play Store, and the Play Store does work, no problems. Like I said, it was to get it to work, but I got it to work. Okay. And it actually works good, so, we're going to get out of that right now. Okay, so on and so forth. But let's check this out. Okay, look, you always wanted, if you have digital cable, cable cards and all that stuff, yeah, it's all well and wonderful, yeah, but they charge you for that, okay? Sometimes you don't need that. Sometimes you can use a network. So, if you have something like Spectrum or like Comcast or something like that, anything internet provided, hey, you can do this with this thing, okay? So we'll go to live channels here, okay? Check this out. All right, now look. Here you go, one of my favorite shows, of course.
Flagger.
All right, put it on. My man,
right, let's put the hood on, because he's in the right lane.
Okay. I thought with him a lot. We're doing a little program for him.
Yep. Back tire behind this line.
Yeah. Pimp juice or whatever you're using right here.
That's another story. That's another project.
You can't do the pip juice or water.
This is project.
We don't want to pass that, right?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
That way, because you want to burn
awesome,
down
100%. I agree.
All right. Now,
Y'all ready? It's old track. I got to put some ether in it. Come on, let's do it.
Okay, now you can hit OK, right? There's the guy right there. It's a full guy right there. Now let's say you want to record something. Really?
Oh, it's on
You
fire.
can
Hang
go,
on.
let's see here.
Hang on.
Act right.
Crank.
We're low. We're low.
Don't stick your hand in it.
We're low.
This episode right here. Make it in the frame. Okay, you can see DVR recording.
Hang on.
Turn the juice out.
Yeah.
Turn the juice out.
Would you like to record?
No.
Okay.
It's on fire.
Hey, push me out of here.
Okay.
Hey, push me
Okay.
out of here. If that thing's on fire,
And
get
there
me
you go.
away from it.
Okay. Now it's got to record it. Now it's got a timer to record. Make it in the frame. Okay. Yeah. All right. So anyway.
Oh, I do it.
Oh, it's CO2, sorry. It ain't no. That's it.
Who got the key?
Okay.
Get
Take those keys.
I don't know.
That's enough.
That's
enough. That's enough.
That. Okay. Simple.
Can-
Really.
can you believe it?
As far as
The
you know,
cookies
with the
available
rest,
at
you
Macy's.
can't
Macy's
go ahead and put
has
numbers in.
higher
You
end
can't.
goods,
This-
and
you
therefore
can't.
they want
Okay.
a higher end cookie. The problem is the demand is
Okay, it makes it so nice because I'm not
Clean
having to go up
air.
and down and up and down
ProPublica's
and crazy and all
analysis
that
of
kind
federal
stuff.
data has
Okay,
never
you go
been
down,
done before.
Okay?
Not
You can go up and down with the
Murder.
channels, whatever you want to do. Okay, hit back.
emissions data from
And then what
every
you can do
large
is you can hit
industrial
OK.
facility in the
All right,
country.
now you can bring
But
this
when
down,
the
okay, now
EPA
you can
looks at
see,
risk, it
know,
doesn't take into account how the
shows
risks
whatever
from
you
these
want,
plants
and then,
add up
gives
near
you-
your
gives you how much
house
time is
or
being
on
consumed
your
and
block.
okay?
This map
TV
does
options,
that.
closed caption, display
In
mode.
your
You can do
mind, it's a
P&P.
bad news map.
You can do
It's a
picture in
very
picture,
bad
okay?
news
That's not
map.
a big
It
deal.
shows the
Most people
cumulative
already know.
impacts
You can,
of all
I
the
gotta
toxic
separate
chemicals
English,
the communities are being exposed to.
Spanish, it does all
Wilma
that kind of
Subra
stuff,
has
okay?
spent around
You get more
5
channel
decades
settings, all that
dedicated to
kind of
her
good
work
stuff,
as
you
a
know?
scientist
But
studying
it is
environmental
really,
concerns.
really something else,
Even
you
to
know?
this
And you can do
chemist
settings
used to
here,
looking
you
at data
customize
on
channel
dangerous
lists,
and
channel
deadly
sources,
emissions,
parental guides,
this
time
map
shift,
is
and it does have
startling.
time
You
shift,
have
by
to
the
look
way.
at that and
Okay?
say, is
So, I
it
mean,
acceptable
it is
for me to
really
continue
cool.
to
I mean,
live
I'm very
in this
impressed with
environment?
you know, I mean, because
And if not,
the only way
what
you'd
can
have
we
that
do
is
to
if you
get
had
those
Cody
community
and
members
you were running
relocated
the,
out of harm's way?
PBR,
The
and
analysis
you had
finds
Nick
hotspots
TV
in every
background or
state,
one of the,
but
you know,
20
media
stand
portals,
out.
something like that,
The most
and
toxic
you have a whole bunch
hotspots
of
in
tunes
the
that are coming,
country.
this you don't.
A quarter
This
of
you
these
just- this
are
is
in the
just
state of
plug and
Texas.
go, thank
The
God,
area
you know?
around
I mean,
Port
now,
Arthur,
you can go
Texas
ahead.
has some of the
All right, now
nation's
let's say-
highest estimated
all right,
increased
here you go.
cancer
Watch this
risks.
crap. Here we
In
go.
Port
Wait a minute.
Neches, chemical
Pause.
plant tower.
Okay, now I can rewind, I can play, I can record, I can go ahead, go fast forward if I want, whatever I want to do. Okay.
Are
So
visible
there's
from an
another
elementary
little
school
ambiance to this
less
thing.
than a
That's
mile
really cool.
away.
All right,
One
like
and
I
a
said, it
half
looks
miles in
really
the other
good. I'm
direction,
very
children
impressed with
play
that,
at a
okay?
park with
Now,
metal structures
that's just
looming,
basic TV,
the same
okay? So
ones
we'll get
visible
back,
over the
we'll get
high
back, we'll back out of there. Okay, as far as you know, like let's say History Channel. Okay, now mind you, this is linked with my subscriber for TV. Okay, if you've got a digital subscriber, you might want to check this out. All right, but we can go to history. Okay, and history will pop up. There you go. And pretty much there's your History Channel right there. Okay, now you can go, because you know, as you can see, I'm signed in with Spectrum, where it says Spectrum up top. Yes, you have to go to like the MyTV app or whatever and activate and all that, and then you give them the name of your provider and off you go. You know, and I mean, and then you can even watch these episodes here, whatever you want to do. Bring this up. You can go to let's see here, live TV, and you can go to live TV, and there's the food that built America. Okay,
And disruptive muscle aches.
Okay?
You can count on fast, effective relief with Motrin.
All kinds of stuff with this thing. It is really, really cool.
Find your beat, your moment of calm. Find your
Many that you can do all this, and it's got all the you know, everything that you could ever want. All the older shows and everything. All the series that you can watch, you know, including all the way up to like last week if you missed it or whatever, you know. So you can do a ton of stuff on this thing. All right. Yes, and that's for all of these channels right here, A&E, AT&T, all of them. True TV, Hallmark TV, Court TV. You got Crunchyroll on there, Cartoon Network. You got Spotify on there. There's all kinds of good stuff on there, and there's so much more. I mean, this is just what I loaded, okay? So now, all right. So we got TV down. Hey, that's cool. All right, Tom. Well, what's the big deal about that? Well, okay. Now, here's the thing that everybody wants, of course, right here. Cody. All right, why do you want Cody? Because with the proper menu settings and stuff, you can do so much with this thing. It's crazy. And I'm about to show you here. We're going to hit Cody. We're going to fire it up. Now, mind you, when I first tried to fire this thing up with Cody, bash, crash, boom. That was it, you know. I was like going like, what the hell? Manifests every freaking thing else under the sun, okay? It was just driving me nuts, okay? So to give this thing a little bit of time to load, okay, which is understandable because it's loading a whole bunch of data right now as it's going. All right. In fact, the little hard drive light is like working its little butt off, okay? But as you can see, Codyverse, The Oath, 4K, 4K movies, TV favorites, apps, system, power, so on and so forth, Asgard, Odin, I mean, you see, and here comes all the data now, okay, as you can see, it's still loading, all right? There's a lot of good stuff on there, there you go. All right, so finally loaded, all right? And this is C-Man's build. Now, C-Man has been around in the, in Cody forever, okay? He has been around for a long time. I think might have been around since XBMC days, okay? Until they renamed it Cody or whatever. But C-Man has been around for a long time. He's got all kinds of builds, and that's the build that's on this thing, okay? And, that's the reason why it looks the way it does, is because of C-Man. C-Man, look him up on Google. Google C-Man, and Google C-Man repository, okay? You'll see a bunch of stuff for Cody on there, okay? So you got Magic Dragon, that works good. Odin, Asgard, power, your system, settings, your apps, okay? Apps is really cool, too. Because you can go to apps, right? And the best part about this thing, like I said, it's, because Android, because of the way the packages are, you can go down here to Android apps, okay? And now, mind you, you can build a skin menu with this thing, too, and go ahead and, load your apps through skin very easily just by building one. Ain't no big deal, all right? Especially with this, because this is Silver Knox, okay? So, you can do anything with this thing. So, anyway, there's all my Android apps right there. Now, if I want to access them through Kodi, yeah, I can do that. There you go, Lifetime. All right, and now it'll load Lifetime, and as you can see, it plays Lifetime. So you don't even have to be in the TV operating system side. You could just be writing Kodi, and off you go. There you go. All right, and then you can go up, and you can go to live TV, all that kind of good stuff. All right, and it's playing right now on Lifetime.
My life, deal?
And of course, I'm doing this off of my subscription, but heck, I mean, it
Who
is
told
what it
you?
is, okay? I mean,
Honey,
like I said, I just wanted something
just 'cause I talk slow doesn't mean I'm
That's why I did
stupid.
this, okay? And plus, I didn't want to have 10,000 remotes. Pretty simple. All right, I'm going to back that out of there. Okay, and as you can see, there you go. And then we'll back out of there. Exit. Yes. And that'll take us right back to Kodi. Okay? Now, okay, the good stuff is all on Kodi. And we all know this, okay? Now, of course, the TV providers, they don't like it too much. But, I mean, screw them. Okay, what I mean? You know me. Okay, and you know the way that I am. All right? When it comes right down to, arr, matey, where's me grog? That's right. I am a pirate. Okay? So, anyway, okay. So you got 4K on there, which does 4K. You got The Oath, you got Codyverse, you got Magic Dragon. Okay, here we go. We'll do Magic Dragon. Okay, we'll hit that. All right, now, it's going to load up. As you can see, it works pretty darn good, too. Very quick. New releases. Magic Dragon, new releases. Yeah, we can go there. All right? Now, okay, I have a real Debrid account. Okay, very important that you get a real Debrid account. Because if not, you're going to be given links that are going to have play slot machines, the entire movie. And you're going to have cam, which is horrible, which is a camcorder. It's horrible. Oh my God, don't do it, okay? Get a real Debrid account for what it costs. I think it's $10 for 6 months. It gives you the best links, and they all work, every single one of them, okay? So, let's just say, okay, there you go. New trailers, new release pages, so on and so forth. We'll go down, let's see here. Here, Bulldozer, okay? Now, mind you, I'm going to show you. All right, we'll go ahead, we'll hit it, and then we'll hit OK. Okay? And there we go. Now, like I said, see, you got Freelink HD, SD Freelink, and then you got Real Debrid only. Now, I have a Real Debrid account. You set it up on this thing. Okay? So hit Real Debrid. Okay? And now, mind you, of course, I can't show you the movie because this will get copyright infringement and all that kind of good stuff. Okay? So we don't want to do that. Okay? But there you go, and it's playing. Okay? As you can see. All right? It's just like, it's like, I mean, it works really well. And I mean, if you want to watch some really good movies, there's a ton of them on here. Look, Nameless Days, The Wrong One. I mean, this is all 2021, 2022. The Contractor, okay? I mean, so on and so forth, okay? Here, we'll hit that. Let's see if there's a link up for that. Yeah, there is. Real to Brid. 4K Real to Brid. Okay, now this is a 1080p TV. I am not going to try the 4K on a 1080p TV. It ain't going to work. Okay, it's not going to work right anyway. So anyway, Real to Brid. Okay, hit it. Okay, and then just to show you a little bit. Like I said, I just don't want to, you know. There you go. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, you know. And I mean, it just plays everything. Night's End, Stick Me Up, Same Girl, Moonshot, Rideshare Killer, Kicking Blood, Zero. Yeah, okay. So on and so forth, as you can see. Laguna, Dragon Knight, all that kind of good stuff. It's all right here. There's a ton of stuff right here. Okay? Now, you can go ahead. Let's see here. You can go down. It's got all kinds of crazy stuff on this thing. Okay? No count needed. Your track. You got track world for track search and all that kind of good stuff. Your settings, resume watching. My Real to Brid history, so on and so forth, okay? Then, of course, now that's just one. That's one of many, okay? You can go to Codyverse, okay? And let's see. We can go up to, let's see here now. Tell you what. You know what we'll do? We'll go up to, let's see here. We'll go up to Asgard, okay? We'll hit Asgard. That's another streamer, okay? Like I said, there's a ton of streamers on this thing. That's the reason why Kodi is so popular. All right, here's your 4K one-click selection. Okay, one-click selection, so on and so forth. Cam movies, non-debrid section. Okay, so on, so forth. Okay, so if we go to one-click selection here we go. Now, all right, new releases. Okay, you see it says debrid required in this section. All right, because you gotta have a real debrid account. It's that simple. All right, and you got a ton of stuff here. Super pumped. You know, so on and so forth. This is all latest stuff that's been on here. Ghost Town Terror, all this crap. I mean, there's a ton of stuff on here. Okay, so on and so forth. Now we'll go ahead. We'll back out of there. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll go to movie selection. Okay, here you go. Movies 2022. Okay, we'll hit that. Let's see how that comes up. Okay. Yep, there you go. The Haunting of Pendle Hill. Okay, Follower. Burn. Barbarians. Iron Matey Pirates, yes! The wrong one in. So on and so forth. You know, I mean, there's a ton of stuff on here. I mean, a ton to keep you busy. Okay, you know, and I mean, I mean, there's just so much stuff here, it's ridiculous, okay? Now, we'll back out of there. And that's just, like I said, that's just one of them, all right? You know, I mean, well, it's another one, actually. Then, let's see here. You got the Oath. That's really cool. If you go to the Oath right here, okay? Let's see here. We'll hit the Oath. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Okay, movies. We'll go down to new movies, okay? Let's see what they got in this thing. All right. Spider-Man, No Way Home, Fresh, Nightmare Alley, Licorice Pizza. I mean, you know, Dune, The Kingsman, okay? I mean, so on and so forth. And they all do work, okay? You know, I mean, they all do work. Like, let's say this one right here, okay? Pairing sources. Okay, now it's going to find all the sources. Oath scrapers. There you go. And as you can see, there's a ton of scrapers on there. Oh my god. Yeah, just pick one. Whatever one you want. It's going to find all of the sources and everything else. Okay, right? And then what's going to happen is then it's going to bring up a list. Okay, and you're going to see this list. Alright, this is for people that don't know. So as you can see, alright, there's a ton of stuff. Kingsman, so on and so forth. Let's see here. We can do, let's see here. GR, let's see here. Yeah, this is all 4K. Okay, I cannot do 4K on this thing. There we go, 1080p. Yeah, that I can do. Alright. So we can go to, let's see here. We'll bring this up here. Let's see here. We'll see where it begins. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff on here. Here you go. Alright. So this is a cache torrent right here. Okay, so 1080p, right? Okay. So we'll hit it. We'll see what happens with it. So let's see here. Okay. There we go. The oath is resolving. And now I should get it. Okay. And let's see what happens. Now, mind you, this is non-real debris, by the way. And as you can see, there you go. All right. Now I'm going to hit stop because that's not copyrighted. So, needless to say, though, like I said, there's a ton of stuff on this thing. Okay. And that's all. That's all Kodi. And the best part about this is when you hit the power button, of course, just hit exit. Okay. And then what will happen is it'll exit out of Kodi and it'll bring you back to your TV menu and all that kind of good stuff. Okay. Which it should. Get better anyway. Come on, any day now. There you go. Okay? And, you know, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg because there's so much stuff that you can put on here. It's not even funny. Okay? I mean, so on and so forth through Travel Channel, FX Now, Archer, all that kind of good stuff. You know, I mean, pretty much anything you want. You know, FX Now requires a subscription. Yes, because I have a Spectrum, you know, because I use Spectrum, you know, I get all the latest stuff and everything else, you know. I mean, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you don't have a subscription, still doesn't matter. You can still stream, you know, your episodes of whatever show that you want, just not the latest ones, you know. I mean, that's how it works, unfortunately. But anyway, just to make a long story short, you know, like I said, for the people that was wondering what I was doing with this thing, well, there you go. That's what I was doing with it. You know, I mean, like I said, I want one remote. I want one operating system. I want one machine. I don't want to have to flip and flop and do that. I don't want to jump through hoops, you know. Now, mind you, putting this together, it made me jump through hoops. I'm telling you right now, because it wasn't for the faint of heart, okay? If you don't know some stuff about Linux and you don't know some stuff about it, it can get a little sticky, okay? So just a warning to you, okay? You know, I mean, it's crazy. But I'm going to tell you what, Google is your friend, okay? And, you know, just Google Android 9 operating systems, so on and so forth, X86, okay? So, you know, and, you know, that'll lead you in the right direction. I am no one to teach you how to do this crap or anything like that. Although one day I am going to probably do a video on how I build it from scratch, which is, you're going to laugh your ass off while I'm doing this crap because you're going to be going like, oh, he's getting pissed now, you know? I mean, ready to throw this thing across the freaking room. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what I've been doing, you know, in my spare time besides building freaking Xboxes and everything else. Because, yes, I work with computers. Yes, I build computer systems. I build all kinds of stuff, emulation machines, everything under the sun. You name it, I build it, okay? That's just how I am. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what I was up to. So, listen, guys, I hope that you all have a good one, all right? And like I said, for a little box that's this big, and I'm quite sure a lot of you have rancid little machines hanging around doing nothing, and they could be doing something like this. You know what I'm saying? So, just a little clue, you know? If you get one of those old X86s that have maybe 4 gigs of RAM or whatever, and you stick a friggin' like 60 gig hard drive on it, you can have one of these things too. It's pretty easy. Well, it's not easy, but you'll have hoops to jump through, but you'll get it. Believe me, you will. If you want it bad enough, you'll get it. So, anyway, listen, thanks for watching, guys. I just wanted to show you what I was up to and how you could turn a little computer into something that works really well, and you can get all kinds of good stuff with it, as you can see. So anyway, you have a good one, guys. I'm going to holler at you later. I got to get some sleep. I got a bunch of Xboxes I got to build tomorrow. You all take it easy. Take care, guys. Have a great night.